tonight. I just figured I'd do a quick live stream and check in, see how everybody's doing, give kind of a little channel and content update for you guys who are watching the channel regular, and for those of you who will be joining the stream, welcome to everybody who will be joining and who will be watching this, and thank you for your continued support of the channel. It really means a lot to me. And yeah, so how's everybody been doing? I've been doing pretty good, keeping busy. Got lots of things to do. I just got back from Michigan actually, and I was there for 2 nights and got some responses when I was there and did some shopping and that kind of stuff. It's a good getaway. I go to Michigan fairly regularly, so I get the odd response when I'm down there, and there's always something to see down there in Michigan. If not responses, there's freighters, because it's right on the St. Clair River where I go, Port Huron, and it's right on the St. Clair River, so you get a lot of Great Lakes freighters going through, and sometimes I videotape them, put them on the channel. I don't know if I have a freighters playlist, but I will check, and if I don't have a freighters playlist, I will create one, because I have a playlist for pretty much every other category that I film, so I'll check and see if I have a freighters playlist, and if I don't, I'll create one, and then I'll put a post out saying that I created it, but there's pretty much a playlist for everything else, so yeah. So there is. So we're on an evening walk tonight. We're on Raymond Street. For those of you who have watched these live streams before, this is a pretty regular route. So as you can tell, I don't know where you guys are going to be watching from, but in Canada and Ontario, the province I'm in, it's been getting dark early now, so it's around 6 o'clock right now, maybe 6:15, and the sun's already starting to go down, and I predict by the time this walk is over, the sun will be pretty much completely set. So probably these evening streams will come to an end as the days get shorter, just because I don't want to be walking around the city at night, for obvious reasons. But hey, welcome to the stream, Braden. We're just doing a little walk and talk, I guess you would say, and I'm just updating the viewers on some of the content coming up on the channel, and just doing a little check-in. I want to see how everybody's doing. So welcome to the stream, Braden, and thank you for joining. But yeah, no, as the days get shorter and the sun goes down earlier, I probably won't do these evening live streams, just because I don't want to be walking around at night. So they will come to an end soon, but obviously with the longer days in the summertime, the streams will be a little bit more regular. But now I'm going to start winding down the streams for the season because of the early sunset, and obviously the streams we do are walking streams, so you can't really have nighttime streams in the dark with what I do. So hey, Fire Photography, welcome to the stream. I'm just doing a little live stream walk and talk. This will probably be, I was just saying to the audience, it'll probably be one of the last streams I do, maybe not the last, but one of the last ones, as the days are getting shorter. So because I do my streams in the evening, I seem to get more views in that part of the day, so I was saying that they'll come to an end as the days get shorter. So how have you been? I saw the new truck that you sent me. It looks really good. It'll be even really better when it gets all decaled up and put in service. Welcome to the stream, Satros. I don't know if I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. I apologize. Oh, I'm doing good. No complaints. I figured I'd do a stream. I didn't have a very busy evening, so I figured I'd do a stream tonight. So yeah. So when did that new truck, I guess it got delivered today, eh? Call me Goho. Okay, Goho. Gojo. Goho. But yeah, did that truck get delivered today? Or was that like on the weekend? probably went, did you go like, because if it was, what, did you take off school and go see it? It's a nice truck, I like it. I know when ours got delivered, it was, wait, what country are you in? I'm in Canada. I'm in Canada, Ontario, Canada. You arrived at the station right when it got there. Oh, okay, the timing couldn't have been better. That's exactly how it worked with me. No, after school, okay, fair enough. That's exactly how it worked with me when I got Aerial 4 for the first time. I was literally walking past the fire hall, and I saw the truck pulling out of the bay all deckled up, so I took a video of it. And I had seen it before, but it wasn't decaled up, so yeah. Oh, your buddy told you about it, okay. Do you have friends that work at the fire department, like kind of inside connections, or no? Because I don't. I just go off of, I keep an eye on deliveries and things and kind of keep an eye out when I'm walking, but I don't have any actual friends that are really involved with the fire hall in my city. So you're in Quebec? Whereabouts in Quebec are you? Montreal or some? Yeah, okay. Well, that's good. I used to know most of the guys, but I kind of have lost those connections over the years. I hadn't really been involved with that kind of stuff, like with the fire halls and fire buffing for a while. I just got into it in my 12th grade of high school. So, yeah, when I started doing the filming, I actually didn't have any connections at the fire hall. I didn't have any friends who buffed, so I kind of made all the connections as I progressed with my channel. That's how I met you, obviously. That is around this particular niche of YouTube. It's amazing the amount of people that film emergency vehicles and post the videos online. It's really amazing how many people do it. And when I started doing this, I kind of thought, oh, there's probably not many people that do this. It's kind of silly, but it's amazing the amount of people that do it and are passionate about it and have done well at it. So I was quite surprised when I got into the community, and I was amazed at how many people were interested in it. So that was a stock unit, you said. Are those E1s made in Florida? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know they used to be. They used to be made down in Ocala. I don't know if they still are, but I know they used to be made in Ocala, Florida. Actually, there's some Pierces that are made down in Florida as well. I don't know where in Florida. I'm gonna guess southern Florida, down by Miami, but yeah, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think E1s are still made in Florida. So I don't know when our new pumpers are getting delivered. I think we might get one in December, and we might get another one in May of 26. Oh, stock Canada. Okay, made in Canada? I'm surprised about that. I thought because they used to be made in Florida. I remember the two E1s that Guelph's got were made in Ocala, Florida. But that's, they're 20 years old, 20 plus years old trucks, so maybe they moved production. I'm not 100% sure, yeah. I'm not either, but I know it used to be Ocala, Florida, years ago. And Superior was down there too in Florida, but Superior's not even around anymore. They don't even make fire apparatus. Yeah, it's a nice truck. Was that truck about the order history? Because our pumpers that we're getting were ordered about a year ago, and the duration for the delivery is a company that's in Canada, and I'm blanking on the name. Well, that E1 is owned by a Rev Group, which is like a big conglomerate. E1, they're owned by Rev Group, and Rev Group actually owns Spartan, they own Smeal, they own Ferrera, they own E1 as well. So I'm thinking that if it was from Canada, maybe it was made by Dependable, but I don't know of any E1s that were made by Dependable, so I could be wrong. I know Spartans are mainly dependable, and Ferreras, but no Brampton. They make a lot of trucks for Toronto and cities like that. So yeah, 1200 degrees. Oh yeah, that's in Quebec. There's 1200 degrees for Quebec, and there's Darchfire for Ontario. Darchfire is in Darchfire is the E1 dealer. They're with 1200 degrees, and they are in 1200 degrees is based out of Quebec, and then Darchfire is the Ontario dealer for E1s. And Darchfire is in Air, along with Commercial. Commercial has a dealership in Air too. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, 1200 degrees. Yeah, I've heard of that before, and they are an E1 dealer, so that's probably where it's come from. There's Commercial, they do Pierce. Darchfire does E1. Metz does Ferrera, and KME. So there's a bunch of them. There's a bunch of different dealers throughout the province. And actually Commercial is pretty much Canada wide. There is L'Arsenal in Quebec, and they're just exclusively the east coast of Canada. But yeah. Well, welcome back to the stream. I recognize that name from one of the last streams. Thank you for joining. We're out on an evening walk tonight. We're on Wellington Street now. They finally reopened this road. For those of you who have been watching some of my previous streams, you'll know that Wellington was closed for a long time, and they finally opened it. So I'm happy about that, because now I can go straight down to Wyndham. I don't have to jog around. So they did all the paving, and they got to put in the boulevards, the grass for the boulevards, but everything else is done. Well, see ya. Well, thank you for joining. Have a good night. People come and people go on the streams, eh? Last stream I had was pretty successful. We had a lot of people, and the chat was pretty active, and it was a good stream. This stream's a little quieter, but I don't mind. You get that sometimes. But for those of you who haven't seen some of my latest videos, be sure to check them out. I've got some videos that I posted today. I posted 2 videos today just because I had a backlog of content, so I figured I'd get some more out the door. So those are up and ready to watch. There's a Guelph Police FPIU, and there's a GO train that I filmed this morning. So I don't know what it is, but GO trains seem to be pretty popular on the channel. Every time I film a GO train, seems to get pretty good views. So let me know in the comments below. Would you like to see more GO train content or more rail fanning content in general? Let me know, and I will certainly deliver that to you. But yeah, I see we have 0 people now. Funny how that works. You have people come, join for a few minutes, and then leave. But for those of you who did join, thank you. And I'm going to end the stream pretty soon, because my phone is getting low on battery. These old phones, they tend to die out kind of quick. So you're still here. Okay. It wasn't showing up on the chat. It showed, or on the screen, it showed 0 people. So I don't know, sometimes it does that. I don't know if you have this problem, Fire Photography, but do you ever have it where, like, you go into your YouTube studio? I don't know if you have YouTube Studio, but you go into your YouTube studio and you go to your videos, like views over the last 60 minutes category, and it shows like 0 views, but it shows up in your thing, like your I don't know, it's like it doesn't count the views, is what I'm trying to say. It's like YouTube doesn't count the views, and I don't know if that's just a me problem or if other channels are, but I've seen it many times where people watch and then it doesn't get counted as a view for whatever reason. Someone told me once it's something to do, oh no, never? Okay, well, must be just a me problem. I don't know. Someone's told me it has something to do with the algorithm. I know my brother, he's got a YouTube channel. He's got the same problem. Actually, sometimes. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It could just be what because I did some research on it because I was curious, and they said, Google said that it was probably because they only clicked on for 5 seconds or 10 seconds, so it didn't count it as a view because they clicked on and then clicked off. So that could be what it is, I'm not sure. Or maybe it has something to do with personal IP addresses, I don't know. But anyway, just figured I'd ask. I usually get 15 views in the first hour and it usually counts it. Okay, good. Mine is, see, that's when I have the problem. Like in the early hours after I upload a new video, it doesn't count the views that are coming in initially. And then I'll check the next day and there'll be all these views in the YouTube studio in the recently watched on the count. And but when I first initially upload it and I check like an hour or 2 hours later, there's no views. So, but it adds up within the day or two. So I don't know. One piece of advice for up and coming YouTubers: don't do too many shorts because they suck the oxygen right out of your videos. I've had that problem. I don't know, I know you said you don't do shorts fire photography, which is a good thing. I would advise against it unless you want to grow your channel quickly and get a lot of views. I would advise against YouTube shorts because it really sucks the life out of your videos and takes attention away from them. Well, the reason I say no shorts is because, like I said, I feel like for someone who's uploading regular, see where he goes. Back this way, and I'm gonna see if Aerial 1's gonna respond, because he might. But yeah, anyway, yeah, that's what you gotta do. See me, I uploaded shorts when I was in the early days of YouTube. I kind of just did shorts, just kind of was experimenting with a little bit of everything. And when I noticed all the views I was getting on the shorts, I thought, okay, this is an easy way to get views. So I kind of said, okay, I'll do the shorts and get more views and subscribers. But I should have stuck it out with videos. But my videos still get pretty good views. But I will advise, be careful how you use shorts. I'm not saying don't use them. I'm just saying if Aerial 1's responding. I don't think he is. Anyway, I'm not saying don't use shorts, just be careful how you use them. I try to upload what people want to see. London gets a lot of views. Yes, it does. I'd like to go to London, but I never seem to get around that way. Or if I do, I'm always doing something else, so I never have time to buff. So I end up, you know, never really buffing there. I've gotten a few London ambulances, which, but never actually any fire trucks. I know Toronto used to be really popular. Toronto used to be like the go-to place for emergency buffs. That was like, everybody went to Toronto. I feel like, yeah, London is pretty popular for whatever reason. I don't know why, like what it is about London apparatus that's so popular. I like them, but I mean, they're not really anything spectacular per se. Like, they're good, but they're not. Maybe right now they're more popular because they're getting a bunch of new equipment. But for those of you watching, and if you know why London's popular, let me know. They are loud. Well, I guess that's a good reason. And they're, like, I remember the old London response videos. The trucks were fast and there was lots of siren usage and air horn usage, and it was just a more like the older London content from the early 2000s or mid 2000s, sorry, were really good. Like some of the old Hooks and Helligans videos about London fire. And easy to buff, yeah. Well, one thing that's really essential with London and Toronto too is the fact that they have the scanner. So you can kind of listen and hear when the calls are coming out and know where they're going. And even I will say, when we had scanners in Guelph, it was a really easy place to buff at and get content from. D group is loud. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I'd like to go to London one day and buff, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Maybe one day we'll all meet down there, who knows. But I'd like that. Like if someone ever comes to Guelph, like you or Ben, I'd like to, you know, meet up and buff together, because you know, it's not very often that you meet people that have the same interests. So I don't know if you saw that ambulance fire photography, but that was a lucky catch. And I ended up going down to the fire hall thinking there might be a fire truck response, but there was nothing. I need to get an actual scanner here soon. I have a scanner, but it's an old one, like an actual scanner. It's not a portable one, and it's plugged into my bedroom wall. Like it's one of those old realistic scanners, if you know what they are. They don't make them anymore. When I get my G license, I'll come down to Guelph and we could do London. Well, that would be awesome. I would love that. So I look forward to the day when you get it. That'll be fun. Hopefully Ben comes to Guelph one day. I'd like to buff with him. I know he's pretty busy though, and he's doing a lot of London content, so good on him. He's got a pretty good thing going. But yeah, if I drove, I would go to more places, but I don't drive, so I'm kind of limited. When I go to Port Huron, I buff a little bit actually. Like I actually will hang out by the fire hall a little bit and see what I can catch. I've never caught anything, but actually the one time I did. The one time I caught engine 3 at Port Huron, but that was once, and that was just by pure luck. So that doesn't happen very often though. Port Huron is pretty quiet. But other than Guelph, like I don't buff anywhere, and you know, I kind of find like if I don't get any responses within like the first 20 minutes, I kind of get bored. So then I end up going on my phone or getting distracted. So I can only buff like alone for a short period. If I had somebody with me, I probably could do it longer, just because somebody to talk to and chill with. But yeah. So now we're on Fountain Street. I call this particular stretch of the street, I call it Dope Alley, because every freaking here, all I smell is dope. And I don't know about you, but I can't stand the smell. So that's all I smell down here. So I call it Dope Alley. So we're going down Dope Alley, and we'll be off it soon. I got little names for streets in Guelph that are kind of sketchy. This one's Dope Alley. I call Wyndham Street, Upper Wyndham by downtown, I call that Skid Row because of all the homeless. And there's also Victoria Road, I call because of all the frickin' traffic. So I got little names for the roads in Guelph that I don't like or that are kind of sus. My max alone is 3 hours, and it gets boring sitting there. Other people though, I could sit there all day. Yeah, me too. It's like, it really helps to have people around with you to kind of enjoy the moment with and talk to, and kind of, it makes it go faster and it makes it more enjoyable. So even like when I plane spot, oh, there's a marijuana smell. Anyway, even when I plane spot, I like having people around. I don't like plane spotting alone per se. So yeah, 3 hours is pretty good though. That's better than I could ever do. That's maximum though. 3 hours is pretty good. I think the longest I ever sat at a station was an hour and a half, and that was for Aerial 4 when it was new, and I wanted to be the first person to get it on camera. So I went down there every day for like a month and tried to catch it. I came close once, but I was in the wrong spot and I couldn't get my camera out, so I missed it. And then that's back when we had the scanner, so I heard a call come in on Silver Creek, and I was driving with a friend of mine, so I got him to turn around and drive to the address, or towards the address where he was responding. And that's how I got Aerial 4 responding for the first time. That's back when it had no blue LEDs. It was all white lights and red lights. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It's called Brand New and Captions, Guelph Fire Department Aerial 4 responding. Check that video out. It's about 2 years old now. Geez, 2 years since I posted that. Crazy. Crazy where time goes. And you know, I'm sure when I got straight luck when I first got A5. Yeah, that's usually how it works. Even with the platoon chief, when I first got that, it was just pure luck. It was timing. I was there, right place, right time, and I got a perfect video of it. But that doesn't always happen. So But that was pure luck. And I'm sure when these new pumpers get delivered, it'll be pure luck. Was a backline truck at the time. Is it a frontline now? Is it a frontline truck? Does it run medicals, or does it just run like fires and alarms? Because I know Pump One, you seem to get Pump One a lot, so that must be a frontline truck. I know in Guelph, we used to Pump One years ago, used to be the frontline truck, and then it became a callback unit about 4 or 5 years ago, and now Aerial One is the frontline truck, which seems kind of silly in a way, because Aerial One is such a big truck, and 90% of Guelph calls are medical, so to have a big tandem aerial go to a frickin' medical call seems kind of overkill. But me and my buddy were talking to the PC about how we wanted to get it. The driver of A5 that day asked if we are bringing the aerial. He said, yep, both pumps and aerials is frontline. Okay, well, you lucked out that day. See, like, I've never actually spoken with the firefighters, so I don't know what trucks they run, and, you know, like, really, like, I wouldn't know what trucks they were running on any given day. So kind of having that connection and knowing what they're doing is good, because I didn't know. I haven't really talked to the firefighters in Guelph recently. I don't really know if they like people visiting the stations. I know one of the guys I knew, he was a firefighter years ago, and he used to say that we don't like it when people come in and visit. So I don't know. My fire department's a little bit different maybe than others, but I know my fire department, they're a little bit funky. They don't always like visitors. Even when I was a kid, I remember one time they kind of said, you know, you gotta kind of let us know before you come.